What's up, everyone? So, we see that the NFL season is 2 days upon us. So, right now, I will be ranking the top 10 quarterbacks going into the 2021 NFL season. So, at number 10, I got Matthew Stafford. Right now, it was between Stafford and Herbert, but I think Stafford just has the better edge going into the season, playing now with this Los Angeles Rams offense alongside Sean McVay and the weapons they have with Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Deshaun Jackson. I think he will end up being a top 10 quarterback, and I think possibly he could be an MVP candidate by the end of this season. So at number 9, I have Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray has evolved to be a great football player. I think he will have another Pro Bowl type of season. I think both him and Cliff Kingsbury came into the year to prove all of us wrong, thinking that they wouldn't be good in the NFL. Kyler Murray came out his rookie year, won Offensive Rookie of the Year, had a amazing year last year. Unfortunately, the Cardinals ended up missing out on the playoffs, but I think he'll have another great year this year, and I believe that this season he will be playing in his first playoff game. So at number 8, I got Deshaun Watson, and I think that there is a lot of uncertain stuff about Deshaun Watson right now. I mean, it looks like he's not going to play for the Texans at all. The Texans have to figure out a trade for him, and it's just been a very weird offseason for him, but I think he's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He had a great year last year. It's just the rest of the Texans weren't that good. So I think that's kind of what made his play not noticeable. I mean, he led the league in passing yards last year. It just wasn't noticeable because he was on the Texans. And I think whoever he goes on, whatever team he gets traded to, once he gets traded, he will be great on that team. We just don't know when it will happen. But the Texans have to figure out something to trade him soon. So at number 7, I got Josh Allen, and I think he is ready for a breakout season. I think he's been getting better every year. I mean, he wasn't bad his rookie year, but he was hurt a lot. But you notice his rookie year when he was playing, the Bills were actually winning games, and then he played great in his last 2 seasons. And I think this year he's going to have a breakout year and possibly lead the Bills to a Super Bowl. I mean, he's built a great relationship with Stephon Diggs, and I think the add of Emmanuel Sanders will really help, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the Super Bowl this year. So at number 6, I got Dak Prescott, and we saw last season Dak Prescott was having a sensational year until he had that devastating injury to his ankle. We expect him to be back fully healthy, and I think he will have another great year now that he's got, I think, a better defense now. I think the Cowboys will make it back to the playoffs, and I think they will win the NFC East, and I think Dak and the Cowboys can give the Buccaneers a good test this Thursday. So at number 5, I got Russell Wilson, and I think he is a sensational player. He's put up great numbers ever since he's came into the league. He only has missed the playoffs 1 season, but unfortunately that all has ended up that he's only gotten 1 MVP vote, and he has no offensive line. He pretty much, for a living, just runs for his life on every play, and we have to give him as much respect as we can, because you see, even as he's being chased, he just launches it, and the guys somehow catch it because he is able to make that play just by running for his life all the time. And as a Rams fan, it's hard for me to say this, but it really sucks that he doesn't have an offensive line just because of how great of a player that he is. So at number 4, I got Lamar Jackson. And I think Lamar Jackson is a sensational player also. And we saw him coming out of college. There were some questions on some people thought he was going to end up playing a wide receiver. But he has come in and proved everyone wrong. I mean, he's made the Pro Bowl once in his last 3 seasons. I think he could have made it last year very easily. I mean, he won MVP in only his second season, and in that MVP season, people say that he's a running quarterback, but really he's not, because if you watch game film, there are times that if you are a running quarterback, you would take off because you had a wide open lane, but he throws it for a touchdown. And fun fact, he led the league in passing touchdowns the year he won MVP. And we saw him get his first playoff win last year, and it was against the Titans. That probably felt better. And even though they did lose J.K. Dobbins for the season, I think Gus Edwards will have a breakout year. And like I said with the Bills too, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see the Ravens in the Super Bowl also. So at number 3, I got Aaron Rodgers. I think he has played sensational with the amount of targets that he's had. I mean, his receivers stepped up great last year. Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Alan Lazard. I mean, he added Randall Cobb now going into this season. And, I mean, with all the offseason drama with Aaron Rodgers, I think he is definitely a top 3 QB in the league. And I think him being there alone just makes the Packers Super Bowl contenders. So I think it is pretty obvious. We know who the top 2 QBs in the league are, but I'm going to just go over them still. Number 2 is Tom Brady. I mean, we've seen him already win more Super Bowl rings himself than any other team in franchise history. I mean, what he's done the last few years is unbelievable. I mean, at this point, Tony Romo said it in the Super Bowl, like, why do we think he can't? Like, I think just his problem in New England was just there wasn't enough weapons at that point, and that was just the point he was at. Like, there was a time where he didn't matter who he had, he just brought the Patriots to the Super Bowl, and it just, I'm not trying to say, like, the bad parts about Brady, but that's just, like, not him anymore. He came to New England where he had a ton of weapons. I mean, Tampa Bay, and he had a ton of weapons, and he did great, and they won the Super Bowl. And at this point, maybe Tom Brady can do it until he's 50. I mean, we've seen stranger things before. And then last but not least, at number 1, I don't think anyone should be surprised, but I have Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's only in his 4th year in the league, 4th year as a starter, and what he's done is just been unbelievable. He had a disappointing Super Bowl, but look at it. He had no offensive line in the Super Bowl. His offensive line is better now, and he said the Super Bowl will motivate him for the rest of his career, and I think he will come back. I think the Chiefs can still create the dynasty that we were talking about before the Super Bowl, and I honestly think Patrick Mahomes could still be the GOAT at the end of his career. So that was it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please click like and subscribe, and in the comments, let me know your thoughts on my picks for the top 10 QBs in the NFL.